Hey, it's Webs here with a new Hearthstone video. This time we are going to be covering the newly revealed Hearthstone mini set, Maw and Disorder, which is to go along with the Castle Nathria set. I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit rougher. I am a little bit sick right now, and I still wanted to get these videos out of the way. There should be a mercenary video soon after this one comes up, discussing the coin situation and the content reveals for the new mercenaries that will also be coming out on the same day. This mini set and the mercenaries both come out on September 27th, which is next Tuesday or Thursday. I don't remember which. So for the first card revealed, it is a Due Process. This was one of the cards that we actually had the artwork leaked out a while back. It is a 2-cost nature spell for Druid that for the rest of the game, players draw an additional card at the start of each of their turns. I could see a way to actually abuse this using the Smothering Elemental that causes your opponent to take damage whenever they draw a card, because there are a lot of ways in Druid that you can actually duplicate this card, such as Moonlit Guidance or some other cards that could actually randomly generate use, something like this. No, that will also make you draw through your deck a little bit quicker too, but if you add some armor gain within the deck, you should be in a pretty good position. Alright, for the next card revealed, it is Murder Accusation, which is a 2-cost rogue spell with the effect of choose a minion, destroy it after another enemy minion dies. This is actually pretty decent if you have some type of targeted removal for a cheap minion on your opponent's board, but you actually want to get rid of something that's really big. This could open up the possibilities of maybe a control rogue deck coming into the metagame, which might be a little bit fun, though I really do wish we did see some additional secret support, but who knows, maybe we will with the rest of the cards that will be revealed with this mini set over the weekend. Alright, now for the next card revealed, which is a Shaman card, which is Totemic Evidence, which is a 1-cost Shaman spell that chooses a basic totem and summon it. Infuse 3 totems, summon all 4 instead. This is actually a really interesting way to do an infuse because it only requires you to do it with totems and nothing else, which makes this a little bit weaker than I really wish it would be. I wish it just said infuse 3, but that might be due to the fact of one of the later cards revealed that actually would make this a little bit too broken if it wasn't just totems. This is going to be one of those weird cards where you want to keep it in your open hand, but if you do, it is basically dead for 3 turns, which is going to be a little bit frustrating, but there are some really funny little wild implications that you can actually do with this. There is that one Cobalt that actually summons Al-Khair when you have all 4 basic totems on board, and since you can actually swarm the board with a bunch of buffs for your totems in standard, this might see a lot of play in a totem-based Shaman deck. Now for the neutral cards, the first one being Afterlife Attendant, which is a 3-cost neutral minion with 3 attack, 4 HP. Your infused cards also infuse in your deck. This is going to be very frustrating as a card to actually play against, because it's going to be a card that you're going to want to instantly kill, because if you don't, you're going to allow your opponent to actually just infuse their Sire Denathrius in their deck or any other big infused targets that they might run really quickly without even drawing into them, which was the main issue I had with the infused mechanic, but seeing how Sire Denathrius actually turned out, I was really wrong. The infused mechanic is just going to be a very annoying mechanic until it rotates out for standard. The only issue I could see people not wanting to run this card is because it's a 3-cost minion, and you're going to have to combo it with something else that you know is instantly going to make all your other minions die. Though if you do play this on turn 3 and you had a bunch of minions on the previous turn, it could mean that you could actually just ram those minions into your opponent's minions, and thus allowing you to buff up all the infused targets within your deck. I'm interested to see if any infused cards that don't currently see play will see play after this card, or if it's just going to be more of the same old Sire Denathrius and other things like Devour that will keep seeing play. Alright, now for the next card, which is Tight-Lipped Witness, which is a 3-cost neutral minion, 2 attack, 5 HP. Secrets can't be revealed. I don't know why they're printing anti-secret support when secrets are actually not that strong currently in Hearthstone. At least in standard, I should say. This is really good probably for Wild, where you could actually disable a ice block if you run into a lot of mages. However, overall, I don't know how much this will see play outside of Wild. I do think this is an interesting card to actually consider in a secret deck, mainly due to the fact that you could use this as a way to guarantee yourself to have a secret on board for the following up turn when you play down a card that actually requires secrets to be in play for you to actually get the additional effects, such as the AoE minion or even the legendary minion that gets additional stats and gives you additional secret whenever you reveal a secret. Though, again, I don't know if that's going to be worth it in the end. It could be just interesting to try out in something like that, especially in Mage, as mentioned before, because Mage does have a lot of easy ways to actually trigger their secrets, and sometimes it's just better to have the secrets on board for an additional turn, and this is 1 mana quicker than a lot of the secret support that Mage actually has. Now for the next card, which is another deck disruption card, which is Soul Seeker, which is a 5-cost neutral minion with 3 attack, 3 HP. Battlecry, swap this with a random minion from your opponent's deck. This could be really annoying to actually play against because it could actually take a card out of your deck, because this means there is no place where any minion is actually safe from your opponent from maybe stealing it out of your deck. It, in theory, could actually give you just a Sire Denathrius on turn 5, and a 10/10 body is really impressive, especially because you're stealing your opponent's win condition. I'm glad that we're seeing a little bit more extra support disruption when it comes to dealing with some of these high impact cards. However, it is going to be really frustrating to play, as we do have this Theatar, Mutanus, the rogue minion that shuffles a card back into the deck, the beast that makes a card unplayable for a turn. You also have Alter Fire and a lot of other cards that makes something like this just another one of the opponent control cards. We'll soon hit a critical mass of these cards that actually deal with your opponent's deck. That there might be just a deck that runs every single one that they possibly can, which is going to be very frustrating to play against and not something that I'm really looking forward to, but it could be a really cool idea of a deck for testing out day 1 or 2, even if it isn't too good in the end. It just would require you to be playing against an opponent, steal all of their really good cards, which is going to make them rage quit either way. Now for one of the legendaries revealed, which is Sylvanas, the Accused, which is a 6-cost neutral legendary minion with 5 attack, 5 HP. I showed the infused target first, whoopsie. The original version is Battlecry, destroy an enemy minion, and then infuse 7, take control of it instead. So this actually plays on the original Sylvanas card, where the death rattle was take control of the enemy minion, but this has a little bit more flexibility depending on if you want to actually infuse it or if you want to just take control of it. This could be really interesting to see in a infuse deck, especially given the fact that we do have a way to infuse in the deck now. This could be used as a way to counteract the fact that there are only 2 Devourers you can run in every deck, and whoever plays the last Devourer just wins the game basically instantly, unless they have some type of way to actually answer it. And because the Devourers get really, really big, they don't actually have many ways to deal with them really quickly. But this does offer a good way to do it, and it also does act as a way to steal a taunt or something else that prevents you from actually going face. So this could be a really cool control tool for either a aggro-based deck or even just a control deck itself, as a way to guarantee lethal on any opponent, even if they have a really big taunt in the way. Now for the last card revealed today, which is the Jailer. The Jailer is making his way into Hearthstone. He is a 10-cost legendary minion with 10 attack, 10 HP. Battlecry, destroy your deck for the rest of the game. Your minions are immune. This is going to be so frustrating to play against. He's a 10-cost minion that we have proven the fact at this point. You can actually get to turn 10 pretty consistently now, because Sire Denathrius is a really well played card, even after some of the nerfs. The thing that makes me worry about this card in particular, though, is cards like Azakis, Nero Fireblade, or even the questline for Warrior. All 3 allow you to get additional resources that you can actually just buff up with Immune, and if you have a way to actually protect your own face, in any of those 3 decks, you basically have an entire board that's going to be immune for the rest of the game, and your opponent is probably just going to lose unless they have some type of AoE board clear that doesn't actually do any damage to those minions that you have immune on and just destroys them. It's going to be one of those cards that I could see in a world where it doesn't get nerfed right away, but I also can see a lot of people trying to figure out the best ways to abuse this, and there are plenty of ways currently in Hearthstone standard mode that this card could be easily abused, and I'm not looking forward to actually playing against this deck or even playing this card itself. I'm probably going to try something out day 1 just because it'll make for good clickbait, but you never know. There are other decks right now of the cards that have already been revealed so far that I'm looking more forward to actually using, but the Jailer is just such an iconic villain at this point. Even if he was poorly portrayed in WoW itself, but it's kind of cool to see him make his way into Hearthstone because you never know. Maybe we'll see the Titans pretty quickly now too, because they're supposed to be on around the same power level as him. Alright, so those were all the cards revealed today. Let me know down below which ones you're looking most forward to actually using and what decks you hope to get additional support in this mini set. I'm really hoping for some type of secret support since we did see a anti-secret card, but that card might have just been printed because of Wild. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.